Now, I know Wonder Man's choking out Blue Bolt on the cover, but trust me, Wonder Man is the least of their worries. Support the comic book industry by visiting local LCS. My name is Dorian. This is SEM Comics. We continue our coverage of West Coast Avengers. Number 7. Our story starts off with Simon, and he's like, "You have something in mind, Thomas KILLERWATT." All right, that makes sense. Watt's his last name, so KILLERWATT makes real good sense now. He's like, "I'm Simon Williams. You might know me better as Wonder Man." Now, I'm kind of attached to the name. I'm really attached to the trademark, so I'm here to talk to you about that. And Blue Bolt's like, "Huh? The Silver Spoon, wearing the Silver Centurion armor over there, wouldn't let me use my preferred name of KILLERWATT. So, while the camera was running, what can I say? I just blurred out the first stupid name I thought of." Now, I know it's been a month since the last issue came out, but in the comic book timeline, this dude was sleeping. Not dazed, not a little drowsy, no, sleeping 5 minutes ago. Storm tucked him in like a baby and rocked his ass to sleep. I mean, the dude's nose is still leaking, and now you want to talk to Wonder Man? So now we go back years ago when Blue Bolt was a kid, and his father was a huge Wonder Man fan, to the point to where Blue Bolt was playing with one of his toys and broke it, pissed off his father to the point to where he kicks him out in the rain and told him to stay out there. Well, when he did that, his mutant power activated. Yes, Blue Bolt's a mutant. And all this lightning came out and hit his father's trailer and pretty much burned that thing to the ground, and almost his father with it. Anyway, they didn't have the greatest of a relationship, and Wonder Man's like, "Daddy issues, huh? You'll fit right in." So Blue Bolt's like, "Yeah, my father loved him to Wonder Man, almost as much as he hated muties." So War Machine steps in and was like, "Look, all jokes aside, I'm glad that KILLERWATT baited you back in, so now you can visit us. But now you have a real problem. Almost like coming from a sun, we have a robot that is on fire. And since this is West Coast Avengers, we know that robot is Ultron. He is all black and on fire, and we'll see why in a minute. Anyway, he has a real issue with the gospel of Ultron. He starts taking it out on his followers. I mean, he just rips this dude's arm right off. And this purple Ultron, that's what we'll call him, keeps calling for the blue Ultron to bring his ass out. And every time he takes a piece off of one of the other followers, he just makes it into a chain. So then we go back to Avengers headquarters, and KILLERWATT is trying to explain the situation to Firestar. And she's like, "Oh, say hi to Simon for me." And he just walks up on him. And he's like, "You know what? Let me call you back." The Spider-Woman, as she's trying to eat a donut, just takes off. And they're like, "Where you going?" She goes, "My women's intuition senses are tingling, and I need to go. I need to check on something real quick." She hops on her hover bike, and she is out of there. So back to the church, Purple Ultron is just wrecking shop. Now, we find out that the reason why he is amid all this fire is because he decided that once they had their meeting at the moon, that he was just going to sit in the sun and chill. And he just absorbed all this solar radiation, and now he's just red hot, literally. I mean, he's just melting people down, and the people that he don't melt, he tries to beat with that chain that he's making. But then Blue Ultron comes out of nowhere and tries to protect his people, and he tells them, "Fly away, you have wings, get the hell out of here." He shoots a blast at Purple Ultron, which misses, and then Purple Ultron just chokes him up. So Purple Ultron's like, "So this is what you do. You come down here and you befriend these humans and you give them our gift?" And then Blue Ultron's like, "Well, we decided that the old Ultron did things the wrong way." And then Purple Ultron's like, "No, we decided that we weren't going to go down the same route as we used to, so we just don't interact with the humans. Now that you interacted with them, now I'm here and I gotta clean up your mess." So Blue Ultron uses his wings to cut the throat of Purple Ultron, and Purple Ultron just self-repairs out of nowhere and just gets right back to beating down Blue Ultron. So Spider-Woman gets to the church, she jumps off her bike, and then she realizes that the place is burning up, and she's like, yeah, we have issues here. You guys need to come and help. And Tony's like, we're on our way. Spider-Woman doesn't wait, and she goes into the church. So once Spider-Woman's in there, she finds exactly what she's looking for. She's trying to find her friend. And her friend's like, look, there is a new Ultron, and he is killing everybody, and he's beating our savior down. And as soon as they turn the corner, this dude is huge, and it seems like he's consuming the blue Ultron. Like, it's crazy. And then he lets out this crazy blast of energy. So then you go back to KILLERWATT, Wonder Man, and Iron Man. This is a little bit before Jessica Drew made her phone call to Iron Man. And Wonder Man's like, you know what? We're close to where your father stays. Why don't we go visit him real quick? So as soon as they break off, that's when Iron Man gets the call. So they visit KILLERWATT's dad, and it made his day because he is the biggest Wonder Man fan. And he's also trying to, I guess, reconcile with KILLERWATT because they haven't talked in a long time. He's like, yeah, I'll come by. Eventually, you're going to have a funeral one of these days. And they just fly off. And Wonder Man's like, I was kind of cold, but at least it's a start. So Wonder Man flies them back to prison, and they're actually pretty cool. And Wonder Man lets them know, like, look, I didn't start off as an Avenger either. I was actually on the Masters of Evil, but we don't bring that up too often, so trust me, he kind of going down the same route that I did. So if anybody believes in you and you can make it on this team, it's me. And they actually shake hands. So the KILLERWATT gets his collar on and goes into his prison cell, and somebody's waiting on him. It's Stevel. So KILLERWATT's like, you must have some pull to get in my cell. He was like, I'm Stevel. This is what I do. All I gotta tell you is don't drop the soap, as he punches him in the stomach. And he says, we're going to come to an understanding, and you're going to work for me again, whether you like it or not.